I'm not gonna cry. It has changed my life. It has changed my life. My life will never be the same ever again. Hi everybody, welcome to Level Uploading Fight Feelings Face Facts. Okay, so this is really not about leveling up. This episode is not even a real episode. This is just me coming in real quick today. So my friends have an event, and it's a very high-end, you know, black tie event type of situation. And of course, you know, COVID is running rampant in these streets. Everybody act like it's gone, but it ain't. Sorry, I hate to say the C word, because I know YouTube don't be liking that word, but it is what it is. I'm not monetized anyway right now, so fight me. But oh, y'all can help that though, but neither here nor there. So I had to go, and I had to go get, you know, tested within a certain amount of time. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but I do have clotting issues, and so vaccination is not an option for me. It's kind of frowned upon because of the risk that come with vaccination, and I'm already a high clot risk because clearly I clot out all the time. That's my thing. So neither here nor there, not to get into my whole medical history, but I had to go and get a test, you know, confirming that I don't have anything contagious. And so of course I went to my local clinic and had my testing done. And so of course I'm going through with the process now. The last time that I had a test was probably like, well, it definitely was in 2001, but it was like mid to late 2001, so it's been a minute, you know. Well, actually I think it was more mid 2001, so it was not as, the world wasn't as open whatsoever as it is now. A lot more restrictions and things of that nature. And when I went, it was closed down. They gave you the swab through a screen. You swab your nose and you keep it moving. Okay, boom, wait for your results. We don't want you sticking around. Get out. Peace. Preferred. Actually like that. Can't even hold you. I actually kind of like that, because why am I sitting here? I got things I could do. I made this early appointment, trying to make sure I get in enough time to get my results in enough time for the event. I'm tired. I'm gonna go home. But the world is a little bit more open now, even though it's Mr. 19. Let's call him Mr. 19. Mr. 19 is running around rampant, but the world is still a little bit more open than what it was when I originally went for my first testing session. And so I actually went into the place. It was actually like an actual room, exam room, and I'm like, this is nothing like my first experience. Neither here nor there. So I was talking to the nurse, and she was saying, you know, asking me questions about my health and things of that nature and things like that. And I was kind of just letting her know what meds I was on, and then she was like, okay, the meds that I am on are all conducive to blood thinning. And so she's like, well, what happened? You know, I look a lot younger than what I am, so that doesn't help either, because like, I'm still young, don't get me wrong now. Sis is not old, but sis is older than what y'all be thinking when y'all see me, you know. So she's like, wait, what happened? So I'm like, well, you know, I recently had my pulmonary embolism, and if you are familiar with me, you have probably watched or listened to my most recent episode about that. And you know, this is my third time having a pulmonary embolism. And when I tell you, this lady looked at me and her eyes got so glassy and like she wanted to cry. I'm like, sis, I mean, yeah, it's sad. It's messed up, but you don't even know me like that. Like, why are you so why you so sad about me about to kill over? And she's like, oh my God, my mom and my grandmother both passed from pulmonary embolisms. They both passed from PEs. And it's just so crazy that, and she's like, I don't want to make this about me. She's like, but it's just so crazy because I've been wondering if I should go and get genetic testing and just to see if they'll just run the blood test to see if it's something genetic or if it was something with their lifestyle. She's like, I'm a nurse, but I'm scared, you know, like she didn't say this, but that's pretty much what she was saying. She's like, I just haven't really wanted to do it or whatever. And I'm thinking in my head, like, sis, you're a whole nurse. Girl, if you don't have them damn tests, like, if you don't get them tests done, like, you are in places where you can get tested, get service, get advice, you know, and you also know and have learned the functions of the body. So if you're worried about it, it's probably for a reason. And you also understand how genetics play a very big part into your health and how that, you know, all comes together. So I'm in my head, I'm like, girl, take your butt and go get the test. But I had to really step back from that for a second and just really think about it, because I'm like, yes, she's a nurse, but she's a person. She's a girl. I'm probably older than her, honestly. She probably was surprised when she seen my ID. Let's just be real about it. A lot of times people are, they like, wait, what? When was you born, shorty? You're looking a little young. You know. But anyway, like, she's a woman, she's a girl, because sometimes we live in our trauma. So whenever her mom and her grandmother passed, she may be stuck in that time. And as much knowledge as she has about pulmonary embolisms, about DVTs, about blood clots in lungs, and how deadly they can be, she's seen it firsthand. And yes, she has that knowledge base. Yes, of course she does. She's a nurse. She went to school for this. But take away all of the knowledge base and the textbooks, she's a human being and she's scared, because this is something that she's seen play over in her life more than one time. And for me, that was really a big deal. And I just hope and pray that my presence and being there and reminding her of something that she had tried to push in the back of her head that she needs to handle, I hope to God that it really was like her sign to go and get tested and just see what's going on with her blood, because genetically this is something that has been plaguing a lot of people. And it's not just people of color, it's people of all races, all age groups, all of that. And it's very under talked about. And I think that I'm going to be that person. I'm going to be the person to try to help to bring more awareness to it, because like I said, I've had 3. Not gonna cry. It has changed my life. It has changed my life. My life will never be the same ever again. I try to make it the same. I try to live my life. Breathe, 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 breathe. Okay. I try to live my life as normal as I can, but my life will never be the same. I can't do certain things without worrying. I cannot do certain things without worrying. My whole entire life, for the rest of my life, especially after 3, I have to worry about this. This is not a fluke. This is not a freak of nature. This is not an injury. This is my life. And emotions. I just hate the fact that somebody who has so much knowledge and so much energy towards helping people, the nurse of course, is scared to find out her fate because of what she's experienced, because of the trauma of losing her, not only her grandmother, but her mother. And I also sit there and I think I have beat PEs 3 times. I'm here for a reason. I'm here for a reason. There's no reason. Oh my God. Please get it together. There's no way that I should be surviving. I'm not gonna say it's no way, but the fact that I've survived 3 times what can kill someone once, it just tells me I'm supposed to be here. It gives me my purpose. It shows me that my purpose is not done yet and that I have to be diligent about it. And honestly, you know, with my podcast, my YouTube channel, I've really been wanting to focus on giving people lessons and things about life that I've learned, about, you know, navigating this crazy world that we live in. But I feel like recently God has been trying to redirect me, and I don't know if that's what he wants me to focus on, and I have to pray about that more, and I have to test the spirit and just see what he really wants from me. But I'm okay with changing. I'm okay with changing directions if that's what's asked of me, because honestly, me sitting here right now is not my doing. Me being on in your headphones right now is not my doing. I fought this with every fiber of my being. The last thing that I wanted, you don't even know how many times I've had friends tell me, you need a YouTube channel, you need something, you need a podcast. Like, you did. I have had friends harass me to be on podcasts, and I can literally tag them if you would like. I'm not gonna do that. But I've literally had people beg me to be on their podcast. I'm like, no, I don't want to do it. I've fought against this for so long. And God just wouldn't. He just kept on beating me over the head with it. Like, to the point of like, Jesus. Okay, I get it. And I took that step, and I took the first step of making my podcast. And just recently I listened and took the next step of the visuals. But this is not what I want to do. I don't want to come on here and tell y'all my business or preach to y'all. Like, I'm not a preacher. That's not what I want to do. But I do have a lot of knowledge. I have a lot of wisdom. I have a lot of life experience. In my short 34 years, I've experienced a lot of things. And even beyond the things that I've actually experienced myself, God has revealed a lot of things to me, and he's given me a certain amount of knowledge. And so with whom much is given, much is required. So my sacrifice is getting on this camera and talking to you guys, forcing myself to be comfortable with it, which I am getting more and more comfortable as the days go on. So I thank you for that. I'm happy about that. But it's just, this is not easy, you know, discerning what God really wants to do with me and how he wants me to use my voice. But I will say that no matter what way that I decide to use my voice and what way that God eventually leads me to using my voice, I will always bring positivity to your screen or your ears, because I feel like our youth especially, they get flooded with negativity, depression. Like, I'm not saying that depression is not real. Of course, I understand the realness of depression, but like, they flood our kids with depression. They flood them with music and imagery that just fuels depression. And I'm a person who has lost a cousin to depression. Let's just say that. You probably can decipher what I mean by that. And I just want to bring positivity some way. And that's feel like that's me doing some part of what I'm meant to do. There's more that God has in store for me, more that God requires of me, that I need to stop playing with him about before he go nuts on me. But I just want to bring positivity. It's enough negativity. It's enough perfectionism. I don't want to come on here perfect. I don't want to come on here acting like I don't mess up. I don't want to come on here acting like I got it all together. Just because I have wisdom and I have knowledge does not mean that I'm judging you, or that I'm saying that I don't regress and fall back into habits. I've said this so many times. I've had to go back and listen to my own podcast sometimes, because I need to remind myself of who I am and who I'm choosing to be. Like, I've had to do that, you know. And so for me, it's just very interesting to just kind of see how this is going to all unfold. But like I said, at the end of the day, I'm going to bring something positive to you guys, and I pray that it reaches you and it does something to your spirit. I hope it resonates with you. If it doesn't, that's fine too. Everything is not for everybody, and I understand that. Y'all, I'm so sorry for, I'm not gonna apologize for my emotions, so I take that back. I'm not sorry for getting emotional, because this is my life. My life. And it's serious. But I do want to be transparent with you guys. I don't want to make it seem like when I come on here it's just all pieces and creams. No, I struggle. I struggle. I have things going on in my life, mentally, physically, simultaneously going on in my life that take a lot out of me. But I still fight through it, and I still continue to persevere and to go on. And everyone can't say that they can do that, and I'm okay with that. I know that to be true, but I hope that my resilience inspires somebody to continue to keep fighting, to keep continuing to just go on and move on to what's next. Whew. All right, I did not expect to get this deep on this episode, but this wasn't even supposed to be all like that. I was just trying to tell y'all a little quick story about the nurse. And anyway, best wishes to the nurse. I pray that she's going to get the help that she really needs to look into, and I pray that she doesn't find anything in the meantime. But neither here nor there, guys. I'm gonna call it a day. I'm actually about to finish getting myself ready. It actually looks like it's about to be a thunderstorm, so that's kind of trash, but whatevs. I'll talk to you later. You all have a good one. Bye.